Hey yo, what's going on? I am Benny Claus, the big guy's nephew. Yes, that's right. I'm Santa's nephew, and today I'm reading your letters coming up next. Yeah, as I said in the opening, I am Benny Claus, the big guy's nephew, Santa's nephew. I haven't been in the family business all that long, maybe a couple years, but this year the big guy came to me. Saint Nick came to me. Santa came to me. He said, Benny, you're my nephew and I love you. Do me a favor, okay? Do me a big favor. Go through the letters from the people. See what we can come up with. See what we can do for them and see if we can help them out. Give him advice, all right? You're a smart kid. I love you, so do the best you can. I says, you know what, Uncle Nick? You got yourself a deal. So here we are. Benny Claus giving you guys the best advice I can and reading your letters. All right, so the first letter we got here comes to us from somebody named Steven. Now, Steven's a big shot architect at this firm in New York City. Steven's got a bit of a conundrum happening here, right? So, he says, admittedly, he's a bit of a Scrooge, and he's not big on Christmas. Well, I tell you what, Steven, I promise you, you've written the right guy, you're in the right place, we're going to change your mood, we're going to change your mind, we're going to flip the script on you, right? So he says, Dear Santa, my name's Steven, I work in New York City, and the thing is, I'm not big on the holiday. However, my family has kind of thrown hosting this year into my lap. I'm not sure what to do. I live in a small apartment, and they have their big family homes. So fitting everybody here, and it's not really dressed up for Christmas, I'm not sure what I should do. Can you help me out? Steven, I tell you what, you've written the right guy. You're in the right place. The big guy, Saint Nick, Santa, and Benny Claus, we're going to help you out. We're going to pull you out of the fire with this one, right? What I'm going to do for you, Steven, okay, as long as you promise me that you will get more into Christmas, as long as you promise Benny Claus right here and right now that you will become more involved in Christmas and be less of a Scrooge, right? I'm going to do you a giant favor. I'm going to pull you out of the fire, okay? I'm going to put in a phone call with my girl Gretchen. She's an up-and-coming director. Trust me, I think you've run into her once or twice in the lobby of your building. I think she probably splashed some snow on you. You probably enjoyed that, somewhat maybe. Maybe it'll lighten up your spirits. But trust me, okay? As long as I put in a phone call to my girl Gretchen, you'll be covered, all right? She's done this before. She's top-notch. She's kick-ass. And she will help you out, all right? It's Christmas made to order. I promise you, you will thank me in next year's letter, okay? But do me a favor. Be nice to everybody and just embrace Christmas, you know? You understand? You heard me? Now, here's the deal. I want a picture of you two at this year's table in your letter for next year. You will thank me. Trust me, okay? It's Gretchen. It's Christmas made to order, and we will help you out. You've written the right guy. You're in the right place. And Benny Claus, he always comes through. All right, so we're off and running on to the next, okay? Our next letter comes to us from a woman named Joy who just recently returned to Crystal Falls to help her aunt out in this year's festivities. Now, Joy, of course, frantically went back to Crystal Falls after getting a call from her aunt who needs her help, and that's why she's there. The letter states that there's this guy named Ben who took her to the movies once, and she's feeling overwhelmed because she's getting butterflies every time he's around, but she's also frantic simply because of all the town's festivities, and she's not quite sure what to do. I mean, she's got to bake a ton for a Christmas cookie crawl. She's got to judge a gingerbread contest. All right, full stop. Joy, look at Benny right here. Look here, right here into this video, okay? Look into my eyes, okay? Benny's got you. Benny and the big guy. Me and Uncle Nick, we got you, right? So Benny will tell you what he's going to do. Because he knows that you're working super hard to just help your aunt out with this year's festivities, right? And he knows that you got a thing for this guy named Ben. Tell you what you do. While your aunt's recuperating and you're helping her out, and you're getting ready for this year's festivities, have Ben around more. Have him help you out, right? That's what guys are for. That's what, I mean, like, if you ask us to do the heavy lifting, we'll do the best we can. If you ask us for help, for a beautiful woman like you, of course, the guy would be stupid not to say, Yes, of course, I'll come help you. I promise you that's what'll happen. If you really want to knock his socks off, I will throw this immaculate emerald green dress in the sleigh for you for your work yellow, okay? It is guaranteed to blow him away. But I promise you, you want me to help you out with the Christmas cookie crawl and the gingerbread contest? We will send some helpers down right before Christmas and right before the contest. But before we get there, have Ben help you out. Have him around more. It'll make things easier. And I promise you, it'll all go the way you want it to. It'll all work itself out. But just as an added bonus, I'll throw in that emerald green dress and maybe even a Spark gift certificate just so you can take care of yourself afterwards, all right? Don't worry. St. Nick, Santa, and Benny Claus, we got you, Joy. Just hang in there. Next letter we got here comes to us from one Homer J. Simpson. Now, Homer J. Simpson, he's asking for either the Christmas bonus or a dog, right? So I tell you what, Homer, listen to me, all right? You can go on and on and on about Mr. Burns. I get that he can be a bit of a pill. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of him at some point, okay? But if you want some help in dealing with Mr. Burns, I tell you what, if you find a band named Bobo, that might move things along. That might smooth things out. But you're looking for your Christmas bonus or a dog. I know that Burns didn't give you your Christmas bonus this year. It's a bit of a pain, but I promise you, you're going to enjoy dressing up as my Uncle Nick, right? I mean, come on. It's always fun to dress up like the big guy. You have as much fun as you can. Okay, and the kids think you are the big guy. Just don't take the beard off. You'll be all right. And don't let your kid yank on the beard neither. So I tell you what I'm going to do. In lieu of, throwing in your Christmas bonus, I am going to give you something. Okay? Go down to the Springfield Downs, the racetrack. You'll find a dog there. And do yourself a favor. Come up with a catchy name, right? I hear Santa's Little Helper is going around at this time of year. So you might want to think about that. But I tell you what, just go down to the Springfield Downs, to the racetrack, and all your problems will work themselves out. All right? You know what I'm saying? And just enjoy dressing up as my Uncle Nick. You'll like it, I promise. Okay? Benny's got you. Another letter from another member of the Simpson household. This letter comes to us from one Bart Simpson. Bartholomew Jojo Simpson. This 10-year-old little rascal. All right, Bart, what are you asking me for this year? Okay? Because last year, I couldn't really, honestly, I couldn't get a handle on what you were asking me for. Cherry bombs, not going to happen. I ain't throwing explosives into Santa's sleigh. You know how dangerous that is? Okay? Here's the thing. I'm looking at your letter, and you're asking me for a copy of Bone Storm. I don't know about that, Bart. Bone Storm, you're only 10 years old. Here's the thing. You remember when my Uncle Nick, he got you the fire truck, right? You remember that fire truck incident there, Bartholomew? You remember that? Yeah. So I don't know if putting something else in your hands is a good idea. See the fire truck example. And even then, I don't think the people at the Try and Save like you all that much. I called them up, and that security guard's still pretty mad at you, brother. I tell you what you do. You got to do something nice, at least for your sister Lisa. You got to do something nice for your sister Lisa for me to even consider giving you a copy of Bone Storm. I'm not going to erase that fire truck incident, right? Because you couldn't be patient and all. So, I tell you what, you have to do something nice for your sister Lisa, okay? There's none of this, yeah, but maybe, half the year. No. All year next year, you got to be a solid gold boy, all right? You got to be on your best behavior for me to even consider giving you a copy of Bone Storm. I'm never going to forget about that fire truck incident. I promise you, and neither are the townspeople, by the way. They're still pretty steamed at that. So, I tell you what, you be on your best behavior between now and Christmas, and I'll think about it. Alright, that's the best I can do. Thanks for writing in, Bart. We'll talk to you later. Be very, very quiet. The next letter we got here is from one Elmer J. Fudd, and it's 2 words. The only thing he wants, the only thing he's ever wanted, the only thing he's ever asked for is a wabbit. Now, Mr. Fudd, I'm sure that my Uncle Nick and whoever was in this spot in the years previous has told you that we're not going to go hunting for you, right? We're not going to do your bidding and things like that. And trust me, you wouldn't want a wabbit. You wouldn't want bugs. I mean, how do you feel about duck? How do you feel about Daffy, eh? What if I could package him up for you? Trust me, you prefer Daffy over bugs. You prefer the duck over the rabbit. Ducks, they taste better anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just give me 1 second here. Hey, Busby. Yeah, boss. We got a location on Daffy? Yeah, he's by the pond. Cool. Do me a favor. Zap him and package him up and ship him off to Elmer Fudd. Just in time for the holidays. Yeah, but, boss, why Daffy? He bugs me, okay? I know that Elmer, he always asks for a wabbit, but I can't give him bugs. I just can't, you know what I mean? Everybody loves bugs. I'm pretty sure, Bugs Bunny, that is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves bugs. The thing is, not everybody loves Daffy. So, zap him, put him in a crate, and ship him off to Elmer Fudd. Elmer's going to love me for it, okay? Just put him in the stove and cook him. He'll be all right. All right, so this next letter comes to us from one Bugs Bunny. Bugs, I tell you, I always look forward to reading your letters, or at least having my Uncle Nick send them to me during the year. They're always so funny, they're always so fun, and you're just a great representation of cartoons and imagination and what have you. You're the best, my friend. What can I do you for? What can I do for you this year? You name it, you got it. And it's a simple letter, too. Bugs, they're always very simple. What you wish for, they're always very simple. He just wants a cup of carrots this year. A cup of carrots. Bugs, I tell you what, since you are the salt of the earth and such a stand-up bunny, I'm going to give you a year's worth of carrots. Okay, I'm going to drop them at your door. I'll have them shipped. I promise you. I'll have them dropped off. I can call in a favor, and they will helicopter them to the foot of your rabbit hole. Trust me, okay? We'll take care of you. The Clauses, if we know you've been good all year and you've got a track record of being the salt of the earth and just being the best bunny or person you can be, we'll do for you, right? So here's the deal, Bugs. You're not just getting a cup of carrots. You're getting an entire year's supply of carrots, courtesy of Benny and Santa Claus, all right? The Clauses, we take care of those. Next up, a letter from one The Brain, and it's got one wish on it, and it's to take over the world. Brain, hold on, let me stop you right there, okay? Brain, listen to me, okay? I get that you're just a little mouse and that you're obsessed with taking over the world, but that's not how life works, okay? Especially, that's not how life works around Christmas. That's not how Christmas works. You can't just wish to take over the world, because for one season every year, preferably from, say, September through the end of the year, through Christmas, us Clauses, we run the world. We don't take it over, but we run the world, okay? Because we're getting into the Christmas season. Everybody thinks of the Clauses. You think of constantly taking over the world. Here's the thing. I can't do that for you, all right? I'm not going to let you take over the world because, as I said, us Clauses, we run the world, okay? What I am going to ask of you, okay, Mr. The Brain, just spend time with Pinky. Narf, spend time with Pinky. I mean, you spend most of the year, most of your time together anyway. You guys are as tight as peas in a pod, okay? As two mice in cages. You guys are as tight as they come, okay? You guys have each other, and that's all you've got. So spend time with Pinky. It'll do you some good. Don't worry about this let's take over the world nonsense. Worry about that in the new year. Or I tell you what, get rid of this take over the world nonsense and move on to another goal. Will you please? You do us, Benny right here, yours truly, Benny Claus. You do me and all us other Clauses and everybody here that works at the North Pole a huge favor if you stop trying to take over the world. That's just a little advice from Benny Claus to you. Okay? All right. So we'll have a gay old time. One letter from someone named Fred Flintstone, who just wants a bowl of Fruity Pebbles, or even an entire box full of Fruity Pebbles. Fred, I tell you what, on behalf of Benny Claus, Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, and everyone here at the North Pole and Claus Enterprises, you're going to get your Fruity Pebbles under a couple of conditions. All right? Follow me. You got to be nice to the Barney. Yeah, hey, don't interrupt me. You got to be nice to the Barney. Don't you dare throw that boulder at the screen. I see you. You got to be nice to the Barney, and you got to share them with Barney, okay? I get that you guys are around each other a lot. Your wives are friends. Your kids are friends. Your pets are friends. You guys are neighbors. You work at the quarry. You're around each other constantly. And at times I understand that it can be annoying. You guys share the same bowling team. I get it, okay? No problems. Benny understands. But you got to be nice to the Barney, and you got to share your Fruity Pebbles with Barney, okay? Don't you make me let Bam Bam loose, Hoppy loose, and Dino loose. I know how you get around the three of them. Don't you make me do it, Fred. You have to be nice to the Barney, and you've got to share your Fruity Pebbles. Hand on sheetrock. You'll get your Fruity Pebbles courtesy of everybody here at Claus Enterprises in the North Pole. But you got to share them with Barney, and you got to be nice to the Barney. I get that you guys are best friends and are around each other constantly. But just do Benny Claus this one favor, because Benny's got you, all right? And everybody here at the North Pole, we understand and we love you. But you got to do us this favor. We're off in the galaxies. We're off in the stars. One letter from a Mr. Spacely, who's, it's a simple wish, it looks like. It's to take over Coswell Cogs, just simply because he doesn't like the guy, because they're competitors. They're in the same industry. Look here, Mr. Spacely, I'm not going to have anybody take over anything, okay? But I am going to ask you a favor. For your boy George Jetson there, you know, me and him, we go way back, right? I understand he works for you, but do me a favor, right? You gotta give him some time off. If I can bring you and Coswell to the table to where you guys can call a truce, sit down, break some bread, have a meal, and just forget about business for the holidays, okay? You gotta do me this favor where you just give George and his push-button finger some time off, all right? He and his family, they need it, you know what I'm saying? So do Benny Claus this favor. And I promise you, the thing between you and Coswell, it'll get a whole lot smoother. It'll work itself out, okay? Just trust Benny Claus. We work magic here at the North Pole, okay? And Claus Enterprises. We do our thing, but you gotta do us a favor. Just give George and his family some time off, okay? And Benny Claus, he'll come through for you. Benny's the guy, Santa's the guy. In this place, you know we make miracles happen here, right? So we got you. Just do us this small favor. Speaking of Spacely sprockets and a push-button finger, a letter from one George Jetson. It's got one wish on it. Just to take some time off. George, you're my homeboy, you know. Okay? Benny Claus always looks out for the Jetsons. Benny Claus always looks out for his people. So don't worry about a thing. Okay? Don't you worry your head about a thing. You might get a pleasant surprise coming this Christmas. All right? From both me, Benny Claus, the entire Claus Enterprises family, and Spacely Sprockets. All right? So don't you worry about a thing. If we can get that time off for you, if you want to take Jane on a second honeymoon, if you want to take the entire family, Judy, Elroy, Astro, even Rosie, if you want to take everybody on this little vacation, time off thing you want to call it. If you want to take everybody with you, you can. Okay? If you want to take Jane on a second honeymoon, if we can muster it with Spacely, you can do that too. Okay? If I can muster, if I can polish Spacely up a little bit, then we will get you the time off. I promise. I'm looking out for you, George. Okay? But don't you worry about a thing. Benny's got it under control. Benny's got it taken care of. You guys just look forward to the holidays. Alright? Yippee-ki-yay, something, something. A letter from John McClane. And all it says is, Dear Santa and Co., please try and convince people that Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. Mr. McClane, John, sir, Benny Claus here. I'm Santa's nephew, and I'm the one answering your letter. Okay. I can't necessarily go along with that plan. I can't just say Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie because it is. Now follow me. You flew to LA to see your wife around Christmas. You ended up going to a Christmas party. Yes, you ended up saving Nakatomi Plaza at Christmas. So therefore, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Now, I will give you credit, it's not the traditional Christmas movie, okay? They're not going to break bread around the table and things like that. We're not going to cut up a turkey and what have you. But Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And I bet if I call up Sergeant Al Powell right now, he'd agree with me. Okay? So Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I can't go along with the plan or what you're asking for when it comes to trying to convince people that Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. Alright? Die Hard is a Christmas movie. People have looked at it like a Christmas movie since it was released more than 30 years ago. So you're just going to have to live with it. I tell you what I'll do though. This year, just for you, I will buy you a plane ticket so you can go visit your wife Holly in LA again. Alright? But do us all a favor. Okay? Benny Claus, Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, and everybody here at Claus Enterprises, do us all a favor. Keep Holly away from reporters, all right? That just, would smooth things out and move things along for next year a whole lot smoother and make things a whole lot better for everybody. Up next, a letter from one Kevin McAllister. I love reading Kevin's letters. He's been a staple here at the North Pole every year for the past 3 decades. This year, it's a bit confusing because in one sentence he says he wants to live alone, and then it's, I don't want to go to Florida because there are no Christmas trees in Florida, and then, back to I want to live alone and I want a cheese pizza all to myself. It's all over the place. Kev, pick something. You want to live alone, you want your mother, you want a cheese pizza. I mean, I know that you don't want to sleep on the 3rd floor with Fuller, right? Because if he has any liquids, he'll just wet the bed and then it'll be all over you, right? I get that. But you got to pick one. You got to pick something. I can't do anything with something just completely all over the place and out of whack. You hear what I'm saying? Kev, I love reading your letters, but you got to pick something. You either want to live alone, or you want a cheese pizza, or you want to sleep on the 3rd floor with Fuller, or you want to go to Florida and decorate a palm tree, right? Okay? I know that you got stuck in New York. You got lost in New York, right? There was that whole kerfuffle with, me having to get your mom and your entire family from Florida to New York. But, hey, we did it, right? So do me a favor. Pick something this year and keep it simple, okay? I'll get you a ticket to go anywhere you want to go, but you got to go with them. You know what I'm saying? And Kev, I love you, but you just got to stay in one place this year. Just one place, no trouble. Take it easy on your folks and the rest of your family, and that includes your Uncle Frank. I know he can be a bit of a pill sometimes, but you know what? Everybody loves you. And us here at Claus Enterprises, we love you too, but you got to pick something, right? I mean, I tell you what, why don't I get you a coupon for a free cheese pizza, okay? Benny's got you. I'll throw that in your stocking this year. Cool. Good talk. We'll talk to you next year. Up next, a letter from another McAllister family member. We're talking about Peter McAllister, the father, if you will. Now, since 1992, according to my Uncle Nick, according to the big guy, Peter's been writing Santa asking for $967. A very specific amount because apparently, his youngest, Kevin McAllister, spent that much on room service when he got lost in New York. Peter, here's the thing, right? You're asking me for a refund. I'm going to give you some advice, some free advice. I can't give you a refund of $967. I can't suddenly call up the New York Plaza Hotel and give you a refund of $967 because I doubt they have receipts that stretch that far back. But I tell you what I can do, right? I'll give you some free advice. Do yourself a favor. The next time that you and the rest of the McAllisters go anywhere, and if you bring Kevin along, please do, okay? And keep an eye on him because clearly he's nothing but trouble, that kid. Like, we love him, but he can be a bit of a troublemaker, okay? Do yourself a favor. Don't give Kevin your bag. Or keep your wallet on you, right? And then you won't have to incur a $967 room service charge. I love everybody in the McAllister family, including Frank and including your son Buzz. But I can't give you a refund of $967. Okay? I can give you more advice, which is to basically just spend more time with Kevin and the rest of the family this year because you guys will make memories and have the blast and have the time of your lives. But I'm not going to give you, $967. I just can't do it, right? Because I can't call up the Plaza Hotel and ask them that for $967 because somebody incurred a room service charge from back in 1992. I doubt that their records go that far back. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sorry. I'm happy that you wrote in, but I really can't help you with that. Cedric has written in now, and he just wants a big tip. Now, he was working at the Plaza Hotel when Kevin McAllister got lost in New York, but he's just wanting a big tip this year, which I'm taking as he wants cash. Cedric, my man, what happened to the gum, right? Like, we were good with gum. Now you want more. I tell you what, I'll give you the best piece of advice I can give you without actually having to give you any money is go to Peter McAllister. Okay, maybe you'll get another $967 out of him. Good luck with that. Merry Christmas, Cedric. Hopefully you're right back next year. Oh, yeah, moving on, a letter from a little boy named Tim. And Tim, he's not wishing for anything. The only thing he says is, God bless us, everyone. Well, thank you, Tim. And myself, Benny Claus, Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, and everyone here at the North Pole and Claus Enterprises, we all wish you the merriest of Christmases and the happiest of holidays and even the happiest of New Year's. God bless you, Tim. We'll hopefully talk to you next year. Here we are with a letter from Clark Griswold. Clark, my man, what can I do you for? He says he wants a big family gathering this year, and if we could get him a new cat, or we could get him a kitten. Clark, the last time that anybody at North Pole Enterprises got you a cat, it decided to spend all of its 9 lives in one shot, right? So, I tell you, what Benny's going to do for you, right? I'm going to talk to the big guy. I'm going to talk to Mrs. Claus because she's ultimately the one that's got to sign off on this deal. And, I'm going to see if the elves and anybody else around here wants to pitch in. Instead of getting you a new cat, because you've been driving the same car for roughly 40 years, how about we get you a new car instead there, Clark, okay? And I'll tell you what, if we feel extra nice, we'll throw in a cat. But do us a favor, if we get you the cat, make sure it don't spend all of his 9 lives in one shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll get you the family gathering. Everybody will come in. But you need a new car, homie. You need a new car, friend. Okay? The cat, yeah, I'll see what we can do about the cat. See if we can pitch in. We'll get you one of those. All right? Just look in the trunk for a box. Okay? And if it rustles, there's something in there. Cool? Good talk. All right, Clock. Write us next year. Thanks for writing in this year. We'll talk to you soon. Well, this says Buddy D. Elf. Buddy, what are you doing writing? Like, are you still stuck in New York City? Did you miss the flight we sent last year? Come on, man. I know that you're excited to get home, but I can't believe you're still not here. I haven't seen you in ages. Okay, so if I send somebody down there before Christmas, right, to come get you, you actually gonna hop on the thing and get back to the North Pole? Because Santa's worried sick about you, man. Uncle Nick's like pacing the floors. You know, Mrs. Claus, she's doing the same thing. And to be quite honest with you, we're all a bit worried about you. Okay? Because you want to come home. You're excited to see Santa. You're excited to help out with the Christmas prep. But we got to have you here so you can help out with the Christmas prep. So I tell you what we're going to do. Buddy, my pal, I tell you what. Okay? I'm going to send somebody down there now to come get you. Do us a favor. Hop on this time. Don't miss it this year. We can't go another year with you being stuck in New York, okay? You got to help us out this year. You got to be involved with the Christmas prep because it's not Christmas without Buddy the Elf. You know what I'm saying? All right, hop on when we send the thing for you, and we'll get you back here pronto. Charlie Brown writes in next, and all I read is wah, 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 and Snoopy wants a biscuit. Charlie, you sure the first half of that wasn't written by your teacher? Like, I can get you, I'm good on the biscuits. We're good for them here. Trust me, okay? Because I got to take care of a few other dogs in the world and in the neighborhood. And plus our own little dogs and the reindeer. So the biscuits, not a problem. But wah, 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 what am I supposed to do with that? Come on, Charlie, help me out here a little bit, eh? Like, I'll take care of you and Snoopy. Don't you worry about that, okay? But I don't know about your teacher, man. Wah, 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 wah. She might have to go without this year. I don't know. I don't want to put a lump of coal in her stocking, but she wasn't the greatest this year. There's nothing I can do. I'll talk to the big guy. We'll see what we can do, but I'm not promising anything, Charlie. But we're good on the biscuits for Snoopy, and we'll take care of it. Don't you worry, all right? We'll take care of Linus, Lucy, and everybody else in your crew, but I ain't promising anything about your teacher. Wah, 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 wah. We'll talk to you next year, though, all right? Speaking of dogs, a letter here from Shaggy and Scooby. Peanut butter, sardine, and sausage sandwiches. 75,000 boxes of Scooby snacks. Pepperoni and blueberry pizzas, fried chicken, waffles, and tons of food. You name it, it's probably on this letter. The thing is so long I can't even see the end of it. Listen, Shag, Scoob, I love you guys, okay? We're homies, we go way back. But, like, how do you guys eat all that and not get sick? Like, I'm looking in your file, and there's not one doctor's note, not one report of you guys going anywhere towards, like, a medical facility. I don't get it. You guys have, like, cast iron stomachs. Does it not affect you as much? Hey, do me a favor. Say hi to Fred, Velma, Daphne, and the rest of the gang, because I miss them daily. And, tell Fred to look under the tree for some keys this year. Don't tell him, but, everybody here at Claus Enterprises in the North Pole, we chipped in to fix up the Mystery Machine so you guys can go chase those monsters and what have you. And do us all a favor, Shag, Scoob, we love you. But, ain't nothing to be scared of. You guys are pros at this, okay? You've been at it for more than 50 years. You're good to go, all right? So there's no reason to be scared. But tell Fred to look under the tree for some keys because we souped up the Mystery Machine for you guys, all right? And I'll do something about the food. I might not get all of it for you, but I promise you, we'll get you something good. We'll give you guys a nice spread, okay? Because we're the Clauses and we take care of our own. All right, last but not least, a young boy who rode the Polar Express. Now, I'm going to give you some sound advice, Mr. Boy here, to this young boy. You are on the verge of being left behind, and nobody here at Claus Enterprises, not me, Benny Claus, not Santa, not my Uncle Nick, the big guy himself, not Mrs. Claus, not the elves, not the reindeer, not anybody here at Claus Enterprises in the North Pole wants to see any kid get left behind, especially you. All right? Do yourself a favor, though. Hang on to that golden ticket. And, you must believe, you have to really believe this year to not get left behind. We are real. I am real. Benny Claus, I am real, okay? St. Nick, Santa Claus, the big guy, Mrs. Claus, the elves, the reindeer, we're all real. We all believe in you, and we want you to believe in us. Just look under your tree. I promise you, this year, you're going to find something good. But you got to believe in us, okay? Hop on board the train when it comes outside your door. Okay, we got some of the best hot chocolate in the world. I promise you'll like it, okay? But you got to believe, because we believe in you, because we're all real. I mean, what other North Pole employee, Claus Enterprises employee would sound like me, okay? And I'm Benny Claus, and I'm the guy that's telling you, you got to believe. Because if, a guy that's employed at the North Pole can sound like this, you can believe in Santa Claus. So do us all a favor and believe in us, because we believe in you. All right, so there you go. There you have it. Me, Benny Claus, Santa's nephew, reads your letters. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed Benny Claus, Santa's nephew, reading your letters, because it was a lot of fun. But we will see you guys next year, I hope. Please do continue to write in. And remember, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. May you guys have the best holiday season. Spend it with your loved ones. Spend it with your friends, family, and anybody around you. Spread joy, spread cheer, and we'll see you next year. This is Benny Claus, Santa's nephew, the big guy right here, the new guy right here at Claus Enterprises, wishing you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year if I don't see you. But I tell you what, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all that jazz. Be good to each other, and we'll see you next year.